Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. This is episode 7 of NextGenKarate's YouTube show and podcast. This is Lauren.
Hello.
I'm Rod. We're filming from RHKA in Kelowna, BC. Episode 7 already.
Yep.
We are focusing this week on the process for karate practitioners of obtaining their black belt. So we have 2 athletes, 2 members of our dojo that recently went through this whole process, this grueling emotional process. One of them is Kyle Beaudoin. The other one, I think you know her.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah, it's your sister.
Yeah.
Your older sister, Emily Reid. We're going to be talking to them today just about what they went through, what it was like, what was scary, what was fun, just to get their perspective of it. So all those young orange, green, blue, brown belts out there that are going to be going through this themselves, they get a little bit of prep for it. They understand what's coming on. And you're going to be flying at this one solo. You're going to be doing your solo interview for this episode.
Just me.
I'm going to step back. You know, I don't want to intimidate them or them to feel maybe awkward if their instructor's asking them questions. So Lauren's going to take it away. Fortunately, you guys don't have to see me out there. I'm going to be sitting this one out, and I'm sure it'll be awesome. So here we go, episode 7.
Hey everybody, this is Emily and this is Kyle.
Hello.
Hi.
So congrats on your black belts.
Thank you.
That's a really big step.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So just some quick intro questions. How old are you? What dojo do you train at? How long have you been training?
I am 15 now. I train right here at RHKA, Rodney Hobson Karate Academy. I have been training for a little more than 6 years now. I started in late 2010 when I was 9 years old. 15 now, so 6+ years I've been training here for.
And I started training in 2009, so I'm probably at 7 years now. I also train at Rodney Hobson Karate Academy.
Okay, so what were your first few classes like, and how did you get started with karate?
So originally, my dream was to do a backflip off a wall, which seems like the most childish thing, but I was 9, and that was what I wanted to do with my life. So I go to my mom and say, "Mom, can I take Taekwondo?" My mom says, "No, you can't do that." "Mom, can I take Taekwondo?" "No." Eventually, she let me try a karate class, and I really liked that, although we didn't do any wall backflips, which was a little disappointing. So I originally tried through a feeder class, so not in our dojo, but at a different location. And then I made the transition after a month to the main dojo.
I originally started because 2 of my friends, one of which still trains today, the other one doesn't, they were both in karate. All 3 of us are really good friends. I was the only one not in karate, so I had to be. I was the one left out. Took my mom about, I'd say a year and a half to finally agree to letting me join. Took a lot of begging. And my first few classes, I remember... The one thing I remember is being jealous of Emily and all the other yellow belts because they were yellow belts and I was a white belt and I was wimpy and stuff. They were all on the front line. I had to stay in the back line. It was like, those first few classes when you're the lowest, it's just kind of, man, I wish I wasn't the worst.
Okay, yeah. So what do your guys' normal weekly training sessions consist of? Like how many times a week? How often?
I personally do 4 days of classes a week, which is an hour and a half on Tuesdays and Thursdays and an hour and 15 minutes on Mondays and Wednesdays of classes. I would be doing more if I weren't teaching classes. I occupy a lot of my time doing teaching at a different location near us here. I also do a lot of extra training. There's usually anytime there's a seminar on the weekend or something, I'll always try and go to those, and I do a lot of self-training as well.
I train only for the 1.5 hours on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And like Kyle, I do a lot of teaching outside of the training time, so that takes up a lot of the time where I could potentially do other classes. Like Kyle, I do a lot of seminars, but the seminars that I do are less competition-based and more officiating-based, because that's what I like doing.
Okay, so explain the process that you had to go through to grade for your black belt.
So first we were told that we were grading for our black belt, so it was a pretty stressful moment just being told, "Oh, you're grading for your black belt now, have fun."
Oh, who told you?
Sensei told us, and it was scary. he told us that we were resigning and gave us a piece of paper, and then we had to read it to find out we were grading. He didn't actually tell us.
Okay.
And then after that, we had to fit in. Well, we had 1 month to prepare, and we had to fit in writing an essay of 2 to 3 pages, preparing for our technical grading, which was here at our club, and then also getting prepared for the seminar where we were graded under Soroka Sensei, the head of our style.
Okay. Anything to add to that?
She pretty much summed it up.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing to add.
So what was the scariest part of that whole experience?
I would say the scariest part out of the 3 different sections of the grading, I guess, I think we can both clearly agree that it was the grading that we did here the day before the seminar. That was
definitely.
Yeah, that was a super stressful one for both of us. And also Senpai Steve, who graded as well. He's not here with us. Yeah, that was definitely the most stressful of the 3. Writing the essay we got to do it on our own time, so it wasn't that stressful.
No, that wasn't.
The one afterwards at the seminar was a really laid back environment. It was
for the most part, it was pretty laid back.
Mm-hmm.
So it was 2 parts in the seminar. It was 1 day was us being actually tested, and the other day was us being watched. It was probably more relaxing because at the same time we were testing, there was another group that was just doing seminar stuff. So we could pretend that not everyone was staring at us.
Okay.
Yeah, the whole environment was definitely a lot more laid back. For example, like our grading here the day before, it was completely closed. The only people that were allowed in were the people being graded and the people grading. And then the seminar the next day, parents were allowed to watch. And like Emily said, there were other people training in the seminar next to us. So it was an open environment.
Okay.
Felt more forgiving. Another contributing factor to that was there was no direct feedback there. So we just kind of got to do all our stuff, and then we didn't really hear anything back, and then we just found out our results the next day. But when we were here, it was like constant feedback. So as soon as we messed up, we knew we messed up.
Okay,
so that part made it a bit scary. But
so what was the most enjoyable part out of the whole thing?
for me, my favorite part was just the seminar in general. I think we can both agree we both had a super good time at the seminar.
Fun, yeah.
Training with Soroka Sensei was an awesome opportunity for both of us. His knowledge is insane, way more than I expected. It's very scientific, which is something I wasn't really expecting, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I've had the opportunity to work with him 3 times now, and each time it's adding more onto what I thought was like the limit of what you could possibly know. So as soon as he teaches you one thing, it's like, hold on, there's a second part to this and a third part, and I get like overwhelmed at the first part.
Mm-hmm.
It's really amazing.
So was the seminar actually part of the grading, or did you just happen to the grading while the seminar was going on?
The grading was integrated with the seminar.
Okay.
Because how it works is any black belt gradings, either it's Shodan or higher dans, have to be graded under Soroka Sensei.
Mm-hmm.
So they all have to be graded under him. So if he comes down like for a seminar, then they have to do a grading along with the seminar, because it's rare when he comes out, because he has all over Canada to get to. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And also we were monitored through the whole thing to make sure it wasn't just like a fluke that we did well in the grading. It's also, can we like explain our knowledge to other people, to lower belts or whatever? That's part of it as well.
Okay. So with the in-class or in-dojo grading that you were talking about earlier, does that just happen like while another class is going on, or does it happen separately, or how does that work?
So usually it's going to be separately.
Okay.
Like unless something big is happening and it's unavoidable, it's going to happen separately, because that's the time where you are being graded.
Okay.
And so we don't want any distractions, so it's all on you, which is really stressful, but it's also nice because there aren't any other people talking around. Ours was half with another class going, and we're more like a quarter with another class going, and 3/4 just ourselves, but that was because of time restrictions.
Okay. Yeah.
Ours was a little different because of normally the Shodan gradings that happen here are one person, like the person grading for Shodan is the only person being graded. This time was a little different. There were 3 of us 2, and like I mentioned before, Senpai Steve. So all three of us were grading, so it was much longer than the normal grading. So yeah, it had to go longer, which is why we started during the class and then went after class.
Okay. So also you had to write an essay for your grading. Was there a specific topic that you had to do it on? Did you get to choose, or?
We got to choose from 4 provided to us, along with the paper that he gave us, telling us about the entire showdown grading. It listed 4 topics. We chose from one, and we had to write a 2 to 3 page essay on whatever topic we chose from.
Okay. So say you didn't do well on the essay, would that impact your actual grading at all? Like, say you're not a good writer.
Okay.
But you still do well with the actual gradings. Okay. What would happen?
Well, if you're not a good writer, it's not super important. It's about the ideas. It's about the message. So, I mean, if your grammar is a little bit flawed, then as long as it's still readable. Yeah, Kyle. As long as the message gets through, then that's what it is. Like, this essay goes through our sensei, and then it goes to Soroka sensei, and he reads all of them. And, like, sometimes you never get any feedback. Sometimes your feedback is, oh, your paragraph was nice. Okay. So it's not... I'd hesitate to say it's not a deal breaker because I don't know, but I don't think it's the most heavily weighed of the 3.
Okay, yeah. So you two both remember when you went up and you took your belt off, and then sensei tied the black belt around your waist.
Yes, very clearly.
Yes. How did that moment feel?
That was a very special moment. The only thing that was going through my head at that time was, like, this is what my 6+ years have led up to. Like, this is it. Like, every white belt, everyone who joins karate, their first goal, their main goal, they look at a black belt and they're like, I want to be a black belt. Everyone wants to be a black belt who first joins karate. So I was just remembering my 9-year-old self looking up to the black belts in our dojo, being like, man, being a black belt would be so cool. And then, yeah, that moment was really special for me in that way.
For me, on the other side, I was thinking of nothing and trying to keep my mind as blank as possible because, well, let's just say that after the grading in front of Soroka sensei, I may or may not have started crying a lot. And so my goal at that point in time was, don't start crying, don't start crying, don't start crying. Yeah. So I didn't have any, like, epiphanies about getting my black belt. I just tried not to cry. Yeah. It's emotional. It's a big thing.
Yeah. So who inspires you with karate? Who do you look up to? Who do you think, I want to be like them one day?
Well, Sensei Rodney.
Okay.
As our sensei. Just, he teaches in such an amazing way, and his skills are amazing, and it's just, that's a kind of, not even like a karate person, that he's a person that I would like to be like. And also, of course, Soroka sensei, just because of his knowledge and understanding of the way the body works and how to apply forces to it for negative or positive is out of this world.
Yeah, I agree with both of those completely. Of course, our sensei, one quality I really like about our sensei and the way he teaches is he knows how to personalize teaching to each student, if that makes sense. He takes the time, he goes out of his way to get to know all of his students and make a personal connection with them, which is really nice to have in a teacher. Which is really nice to have in a teacher because he knows how to teach each of his students individually. And of course, Soroka sensei as well. I think thinking back, I can't really think of anyone that I know that is nicer than Soroka sensei. He's the kindest person, one of that I've ever met. He's overwhelmingly happy.
He's happy to an almost scary sense, and you almost get the scary vibe off of him because you know what he's capable of. But then he'll be like smiling as he punches you in the face, and then you catch the smile as you get punched in the face, and it's all good times.
Yeah.
Okay, so now that you've achieved your black belt, what are some goals that you have from the future, for the future?
For me personally, competition is a place competition is an area of karate that I'm really into. I'm really interested in. I always want to go further with competition and go as far as I can. I've been on the international level before in the U.S. Open. I've also competed at national level with Team BC, and I always I don't know if I'd say number one goal, but a major goal for me would always be to progress my competition as far as I can.
I am the exact opposite. I'm not a competition person, and so I want to put my focus towards officiating, so I can like kind of help out for the people who do compete that enjoy it. And I also want to work on my self-defense and strength and that kind of aspect of it. So less competition stuff and more practical application of techniques.
Okay. So what's some advice that you have for other people who'd be looking into grading for their black belt soon?
It's going to sound cliche, but enjoy the moment because you only get one shot. I think both Kyle and I would agree that we didn't enjoy it to its fullest because we stressed out way too much. But I mean, that's a part of it, and just understanding that you're going to stress out and being able to enjoy stuff on top of being stressed out is a really useful skill.
That's advice that we both received from Senpai Kevin, black belt from our dojo.
Okay.
He just recently went through the process last year when we all went to, a few of us went to Moncton, New Brunswick for the Soroka Nationals. They had a black belt grading there. That's where he graded for his Shodan. So he recently went through the process, so he was kind of a fresh mind, I guess you could say. So he had a lot of advice for us, and that was his main one, was just enjoy it. Like Emily said, we both definitely could have improved there. Stress was overwhelming, so
Okay.
definitely could have enjoyed it more.
Yeah. So how has your role in the dojo changed now that you have this new higher rank?
A lot of little things have changed. Well, I don't know if they're so little, but it feels a lot different coming here every day, because instead of showing up every day, bowing to all the black belts, greeting them all politely and all that, and now that's happening to us, it was a strange feeling at first.
It's still strange.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll walk onto the mats and then someone will bow to me and I'll go, oh, I have to bow back to you because I'm a black belt, and you're bowing to me because I'm a black belt.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a strange feeling making that transition, but I think we're both getting eased into it. I'm kind of used to it now.
Yeah, and also Sensei was probably prepping us for it, so
Yeah.
like getting us used to it, so it wasn't an overwhelming experience, because we did play a large part in helping out in classes as
Okay.
brown belts. So I mean,
and we lost, I guess you could say, lost a little bit of responsibility, even though I wouldn't really call it responsibility, but just little things like calling shugo and calling the bow in. Like,
Okay. Yeah.
we used to always be the ones who do it. Now we never do it ever.
Yeah.
So it's just little different things.
Yeah. Okay. So, over the years, who have been some of your favorite training partners? And just talk about them a little bit.
I'd have to say Kyle. He has an infectious happiness with everything that goes on in any aspect of karate. So if I'm like not into a drill and he's my partner, then I'm forced to be happy because he's so excited about it. Then I have to like look at him and be like, okay, I'll be happy too for you. Also, probably Zach, just because he was a person who started at the same time as me. So even if it's not the same infectious grinning that Kyle has, we have kind of a connection just from starting at the same time. Like, no matter that we're different ranks now, but we start at the same time and we move forward through the same things. So that's pretty special.
Training with Emily is also pretty cool, I guess you could say. She's not bad.
Thanks.
I like training with Emily because, I don't know, I feel like she's someone that would push me to, I guess you could, how am I trying to put this? Push me to figure out my own solutions instead of just trying to, I guess you could say, just know the answer, instead of just asking the answer if I don't know something, or if I'm stuck on something, just asking Sensei, like, how do you do this? I feel like training with her, she would push me to try and find my own solution and find my own way around the problem. So not only as a training partner, I guess that's good as a companion in life in general.
Thank you.
Well,
I also appreciate you as a companion in life.
As well as Tyler Tamaki. He's one of the brown belts here at our dojo. Training with him is really nice because he'll really push his partner physically. He always encourages us to try our best no matter who he's training with, and it's a really nice quality in a training partner.
It is.
Okay. So now, just to wrap this up, we have something similar to a lightning round, but they're going to race to the answer. So I'm going to ask them a question, and whoever gets it right first will get a point.
Okay.
Yay.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. What belt rank is 2 before green belt?
Yellow.
Yes, correct.
I wasn't sure about
I
that
was
one at
doing
first.
math in my head.
Wasn't doing that one. I wasn't sure about that one.
I was
at
going to
first.
guess
Okay.
orange.
Name a Rodney Hobson Karate Academy student whose name starts with a J.
Jason Sally.
Emily for the point. Okay, next
I
one.
don't know what I was gonna say.
Also Jeremy.
Yeah, Jeremy.
Yeah, there's a lot, actually. What is the Japanese translation for reverse roundhouse kick?
Uramashigiri.
Yes, point for Kyle.
Good. I would have said Gyak.
Gyakumashigiri.
Yeah, that's not a thing, though.
It works in a way.
Okay.
But it's wrong.
Now we have a math question.
Oh.
Ready? 3 times 4 divided by 2.
6.
Yes, point for Emily.
Why did I think 3 times 4 was 7?
Good job, Kyle. Okay, so now we're going to go back and forth with answers. You're going to take turn answering until someone's stumped.
Okay.
So
yay.
the subject is stances. Kyle, you start.
Front stance,
Back stance.
horse stance,
Cross leg stance.
cat stance.
You can
Um,
say Japanese if you
Okay,
don't know English.
thanks. Shizentai Dachi.
Oh, I already said that one. I know Furudachi.
Okay,
That's
Kyle.
yeah, I
We'll
think
call that a hesitation. So,
took a little
Emily.
too long on that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. Okay.
I was gonna say like Shikadachi next, but
Sure.
had we said that one?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, I thought
Yeah.
I thought we said that one.
No, you
Not
were
that
good.
one.
Oh, okay.
Okay. What is the capital of New Brunswick?
We both went to
St. John's.
No, incorrect. Kyle for the answer.
Charlottetown?
No, you're
that's
both wrong.
VEI.
It's
Dang it.
Fredericton.
Oh.
we were both gonna
So-
say Moncton.
We were both gonna say Moncton.
Neither of you get the point. Okay. Name a student who can kick higher than you.
Jennifer Warner.
Emily
Keys.
for the point. Can Keys kick higher than you?
Yeah. Well, I guess that was jump kicks. That might have just been his jump that was a lot higher than
Jennifer
mine,
is
and his
just
foot
taller
got
than
high.
me.
Yeah, so that counts. Yeah. Okay. What is the nickname for Jennifer Werner?
J-Dub. Jub-Dub. Dub-Dub. Dub-Dub.
It is Dub Dub, but you did say it first, so you still get the point.
Are you like rapping now?
Okay.
Jidub-dubba-wub-wub.
What is the name for a competitor going out of bounds?
Oh, why can't I remember that? I know that. That's...
Jogai.
Yeah.
Okay,
Emily
why
for the point.
Why did I forget that?
I had to point with my fingers to get it right.
Think about the signal.
I did
Yeah.
the signal. I'm
Okay.
like,
Final question.
Okay.
Last
here we go.
question. Ready? What's your favorite troop in Clash Royale?
not Ice Princess. Minor currently, but probably Fire
Hog
Princess
Rider.
because I just got it.
Hog Rider.
I'll give that to Emily because she answered first.
I was trying to... Ow.
Okay,
I didn't know that was
so
a wall there.
Kyle has 3 points,
Yeah.
and Emily has
More. A lot more.
6 points because of the one that you both got wrong. So
Good game.
good game.
Thank you.
But yeah, this was Emily Reid and Kyle Beaudoin. They both recently got their black belts. This was episode 7. Make sure to tune in and just check out for the next one. You can also watch Sensei Sandeep's interview, which was the last one we did, and Sensei was on that, but he's not here for this one. So yeah, hope you liked it.
Thank
All
you
right,
for having
thank
us.
you.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
thanks for coming on.
See ya.